friends, Kim from Stamping Imperfection. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I am playing with this month's Hedgehog Hollow kit, and here you can see all the goodies that came in the kit. It came with a package of pattern papers. These are double-sided papers. They're nice heavy cardstock, and you can see the beautiful patterns. I love how colorful they are. Last month's kit was all about hippies, and it was super colorful and a lot of fun to play with. I can already tell this one's going to be a lot of fun to play with too. And I love that those papers are pre-cut. And here you can see the stencils that come in the kit. Then you also get 2 stamp sets. You get one whole sentiment set and then a stamp set, a 6x8 stamp set with tons of images. And I love the sentiments in this. This is super fun. It's just going to be fun to play with. So I decided as soon as I saw that that this stamp set was a silhouette stamp set, meaning I could stamp them in solid colors, and I saw the palm trees with the little beach cabana and the sun in the sky. I knew I wanted to make a little sunset scene, so I pulled out my A2 circle stencil, and this is a stencil and mask set, and I love this. It's like a spotlight stencil is what it's actually called, and this will make a card super easy to create. And this is a 1-layer card, and you can see I just have it taped down, and I have my paper taped down too. If you have some pixie spray, spray that on the back of your paper, and that will hold everything in place much more easily. So I pulled out the Yellowstone ink. These are the Maker Forte inks. These are the color Hive inks from Maker Forte, and they blend beautifully. They're dye inks. They are foam pad ink pads. I can't grab my words today, so sorry. And I pulled out this really pretty red Leicester, or it's called red Leicester, but it's a nice orange color. And I pulled out the coral keys. There are just so many pretty pinks and reds and purples and yellows in this collection already that, you can make some really beautiful sunsets. So I added a little of this coral keys, and it's kind of a bright, sort of looking bright pink. And I have this bright pink Flamingo ink, which I'll add to it. And it's blending beautifully with everything I've done so far. And you can see I'm pretty much using the same blender brush here. I just moved. I don't have everything unpacked yet. So I wanted to just make a quick card just because, I don't know about you, but crafting is my therapy. And I've spent the last few days not feeling up to par and unpacking after spending 2 days driving back from Florida to New York. So just having a little time just to create a card I can send out tomorrow feels pretty good. And I topped this sunset scene of mine off with this really pretty grape ink. So I had a little purple at the top, and it just makes me happy to see these colors all blended together. And next time I will tape my stencil down a little bit better so that it's not moving, and I'll attach my papers. Usually I put some temporary adhesive behind my cardstock when I do something like this, but again, still not all unpacked, so some of the tools I use all the time are in a bin sitting on the floor next to me. So I pulled out my Misty, and I'm using some magnets to hold it in place this time, and I still want to actually use this spotlight stencil because now I'm going to stamp this, and when I stamp this image, I don't want it going outside that circle that I created with the ink blending. And so I will place my stamp down, and here you can see the palm trees. There's a little beach cabana. Sorry, I'm holding this a little low here, and you can see the little sun there. And of course you could interpret that as a moon and do a nighttime scene as well. That would be super fun. And then there is of course some beach below, and needless to say, in my move I did not pack my Color Hive Eclipse black ink, so I'm using the ink that I had in my cabinet here, and I'm just stamping this stamp in black. So I'll be ordering a new Eclipse black ink because I love the black ink from Maker Forte. I love, love, love it. It is my favorite ink when I use my Copics, and I just love it. And usually one-time stamping, I'm one and done. I don't have to ink it up multiple times. So I'm going to pull this out, and you can see how great does that look. It's so much fun. And I'm going to pull out one of my Copic markers. I have the Special 110, the Special Black, and it matches really well with the black inks that I have. It's perfect with the Color Hive, and I think it's working really well with this particular one as well. So I'm just filling in where it didn't stamp because that circle mask was there, or the circle spotlight stencil was there. And of course you get the circle piece too, so you could actually create your ink blending around your little scene here and leave your scene just white and black if you wanted to, which is a pretty nice look too. So I'm going to pull out that sentiment that says "Seize the Day" because I love that sentiment. I also love, there's one that says "Salt water heals everything." I am a firm believer in that, so I like that one too. But I like that this is just one line, and it fits nicely right underneath there. So I'm going to just I pulled out my smaller Misty here, and I'm just going to stamp this. And again, should have put the magnets down, but because I have a couple of boo-boos I'm going to have to fix here, so I stamped this down, and I needed to stamp it a second time when I opened it up. So I tucked that back in the corner, but I didn't quite get it exactly in the corner the way I had it before, so they didn't line up perfectly, and holding it in my hand I could see the difference. So I tried like stuffing it back in the corner again and stamping it a third time, but the quick fix for this was to pull out my marker and just fix it up, like just dab in the spaces or extend a couple of lines a little bit, and that's exactly what I did here. Like, mistakes can be fixed. I don't want to throw this out. I love the way that little scene came out, and somebody's going to love this card when I send it to them. So I have a lot of teacher friends who are approaching the end of their school year. I'm sure they will love it. One of them would love to get this card, and I just think it's a relaxing card to get. And you can see how quickly I put this together. I mean, I haven't really sped this up at all, so about 10 minutes. I did get a little bit of ink, yellow ink there on the bottom, so I pulled out my sanded eraser and just got rid of the mistake. And then I have this stack of pre-cut papers, cardstocks, that I pulled out. The pink looks great. Then I have this outrageous orange paper, also looks great. But I don't know, I really wanted the blue because I feel like it should have some sea color on it, and I think it looks pretty with the colors I used in the background, so I picked that. And I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid glue. I've started using liquid glue when I do my layers because liquid glue gives me a lot of playtime, and I like the glue tubes the best because I have wiggle room time. I found that with the art glitter glue and the barely art glue, they dry pretty quickly, and I don't have enough wiggle room time with those glues. So I am using one of the old glue tubes that I have, and I just really like it. My layers are coming out straighter because I'm using the glue that I'm comfortable with. So I'm just adding that on there and adding it to my card base. You could put some crown jewel gems on there, and that completes my card. So thank you so much, friends. I'll put some links below. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Make sure you seize the day. Thanks, friends.